Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Decision fatigue is a very important topic for us to discuss whilst you're going through COVID-19. This year has gone incredibly fast. It was like I had just woken up and it was Christmas Day, then it was New Year's, then it was Chinese New Year, then it was Australia Day, and now we're in the middle of COVID-19. When decision fatigue occurs, what happens to you is you start to feel a level of stress about making a new decision. And in times of rapid change, we have to make a lot of decisions. But when it comes to emotional intelligence and being able to make a very good decision for your survival and for the survival of your family members, it's very important that you're well rested. So let's put all of this into perspective. With the introduction of COVID-19, it started late last year in December in China. Already it's almost on every continent, in every country around the world. It's already March. And what we're having to do today is we're having to make decisions, unprecedented decisions about the survival of us as an individual. We're making decisions about the survival of our family. We're making decisions about the survival of our business. And there's people in the world right now at government levels who are making decisions to ensure the survival of our planet. And what happens with decisions, decisions are very hard to make because all decisions have a series of positive and negative consequences. And in times of rapid change, a good decision today may turn out to be a poor decision tomorrow. And when we make a decision that's a poor decision, we can experience a sense of guilt. See, guilt when it comes to making a decision is a very important thing to consider. See, when we make a decision and then it turns out to be wrong, we have a feeling of guilt that our decision might have impacted the lives of other people negatively. We also make decisions that turn out to be good for us and not for other people. And when we make good decisions for us and not for other people, we start to experience survivor guilt. And although we're busy moving forward, making the next decision, the feelings still plague us. You know, these feelings of anger and sadness and fear and hurt and guilt and shame and guilt exist in your body. And an emotion like guilt, for example, is a very heavy emotion. People who have a lot of guilt, they say that they carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. So as you're making good decisions, you move forward, but they might turn out to be a bad decision later on. And you can feel angry, you can feel frustrated, you can go into a sense of rage. And what happens is this depletes your energy levels. You may make a decision and then later on you experience sadness and grief and loss. So people right now have had dreams and goals and visions for the future. They've made decisions today in their business to ensure their short-term survival. And all those future dreams, goals, and visions, all of a sudden, they don't exist anymore. And what they feel is they feel a sense of grief. It's a grief of loss of the future that they always believe that they're going to have. And that weighs heavily on them at a subconscious level. So if you've had to make a lot of decisions, you may be feeling a feeling of decision fatigue. And when another decision comes up, you try to put it off. But that's not a good option. So for me right now, I've made more decisions in the last 30 days than I'm sure my grandparents made in their entire lifetime. And at around about 1 o'clock this afternoon, I said to Ninny, Ninny, I'm tired. I said, I just want to sit out at my desk and I want to watch some Metallica on Facebook. I want to go to their page and watch some Facebook videos. I just want to chill out. She said, well, why don't you take the dog for a walk? So at about 2 o'clock, I went for a walk and I just cleared my mind. I walked down past the river, took Mew Mew, the French bulldog, for a walk and came back and started to make more decisions. I made another dozen decisions and now I'm already tired. So I said to Nini, I said, I just need some sleep. So support your partner through this period of time. If they have to make a lot of decisions, they're going to be very tired. What Nini decided to do for me was to say, well, tonight you sleep in Nikita's bed and the children can sleep with me. So, sleep. A lot of people are going to have sleep deprivation right now. According to all the research, and there's a little bit of good news here, is that the average billionaire has about 8 hours sleep a night. Now, the reason why they're billionaires is because they make very good decisions. Self-made millionaires, they sleep about 6 to 7 hours a night. They make great decisions because they're self-made millionaires. But people who really struggle to achieve anything in their life, they normally have about 3 to 5 hours sleep. And they're so physically fatigued that they can't make good decisions. So, in turbulent times, in times of rapid change, you've got to take care of yourself. You have to make sure that you get a very good sleep routine. Now, when it comes to decision fatigue, people also have a sense of anxiety. And here's what I've learned about sleep. If you can have a predictable and consistent waking time every single morning, what will happen is automatically you'll experience less anxiety. And anxiety is a fear of the future. It's a fear that you might make mistakes. It's a fear that things might not turn out or they might go wrong. So take this into perspective. A billionaire sleeps around about 8 hours per night. And if you want to avoid decision fatigue, if you want to avoid anxiety around making decisions, what I also suggest here is that you set your alarm clock and have a consistent wake up time, even if you're isolated at home. So, for example, go to bed at 10 p.m. and make sure you get your 8 hours sleep. Wake up and set the alarm for 6 a.m. and have that constant wake up time. If you can't have a consistent go to sleep time, that's okay because the research says it's the wake up time that is most important. So, when it comes to emotional intelligence, you have to have high levels of self awareness. Self awareness is actually being able to identify when you are experiencing decision fatigue. There is no shame in experiencing decision fatigue. There is only shame if you choose not to do anything about it. The second pillar of emotional intelligence is self regulation. And this is the ability when it comes to decision fatigue is actually to stop and choose not to make a decision. It's not to make a tough decision right now. It's actually to go away and to sleep on it so that you can make a decision with a clear mind. The third part is motivation. Coronavirus, COVID-19 is not going to disappear tomorrow. It's not going to disappear next week. And the domino effect is going to continue to the end of the year, if not beyond. So you know that you're going to have to make more and more decisions. And the better rested you are, the more motivated you'll be to actually make good decisions. Fourthly, the fourth level of emotional intelligence is empathy. You need to be able to look at your employer. You need to be able to look to your teammates and identify when they're experiencing decision fatigue. It's like Nini identified decision fatigue in me today. And she said, husband, go for a walk. And sometimes you just need to give somebody permission to take a risk. And you know what? I said to my wife, I said, sweetheart, you're right. I'll go for a walk. Came back, made some more decisions. She said, you need to sleep in the children's room tonight. I'll sleep with the kids. You have a good sleep. So also give your partner and the people that you work with permission not to make a decision, just to go and rest. And the fifth area of emotional intelligence is your social skills. And you need to be able to articulate to other people that you may be finding it hard to make decisions right now, and that you just need a little bit of time to rest, to have a clear mind, so you can make a very good decision. Because the decisions you make right now are going to determine your safety and your survival. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in summary, decision fatigue is going to impact us all. And the best way for you to move through this decision fatigue is to be able to be very well rested. You need to eliminate sugar, caffeine, alcohol, fatty foods out of your diet right now, because those things will actually prevent you from thinking clearly. And if you can do those things there, you will make great decisions that ensure the safety and survival of your family and your loved ones. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are not alone going through COVID-19. If you have any questions about emotional intelligence and how you can improve your emotional intelligence to ensure your safety and survival, make sure you write to me or Nini Personal. Wherever you are, ladies and gentlemen, we're thinking of you, and have a wonderful day.